Okay, let's try this again. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Generic Paranormal Show with KD and Austin. We had a little technical glitch, or was it? Or was it?
It wasn't a glitch.
Was it a glitch in the Matrix? Was it a glitch in my
It was a
brain?
glitch in KD's brain.
Was it a glitch on my screen?
He forgot to
Was it a
click the
mouse?
live button.
Was it a mouse glitch? Was it a
Did
false
you just
mouse,
click like?
mouse glitch?
Hey, did you just click like the fucking click the intro and not click the live?
No. See what I did was I
What the hell
clicked.
happened?
No, see what happened. What happened was okay. So you click the intro, right? Click the intro video, and then you click go live, right? And
Go
then when
live.
you click,
Right.
and then when you click go live, I always forget that there. Well, I usually don't forget, but I forgot this time that there's another box that pops up, and it's like, "Are you sure?" or "Go live" for like just to, like, "Oh, are you sure you wanted to hit the button?" Which I don't know why that's there. Well, I don't. If I hit the button, I was sure, man. Like I didn't accidentally click up in the top right hand corner on go live.
Well, you
That's
gotta
complaint.
appreciate the fact that they
Complaint
had that
to
confirmation
StreamYard.
button, though.
I mean, I would be happy for that extra confirmation if it helped me, but it didn't help me that time, so I'm not happy about it. Anyways,
Not that time.
anyways,
It would be definitely helpful if you were doing or talking about if you were doing something or saying something that you really did not want to be heard or seen.
I was trying, yeah, right. I know. I was trying to figure out why my screen
There's no accidental clicks, right?
bright, because it doesn't look that bright in this monitor, but it does. Oh, okay. I guess that fixed it. I just can't have my freaking. Oh, that's so stupid. Anyways, let me hold on. Let me get set up here. Let me get everything going on my screen.
I feel like I look yellow like a Simpsons character or something.
Yeah, you are kind of yellow.
Isn't that weird?
You are kind of yellow.
Can you change that?
No, it's your lighting, dude.
I mean, I know, but I feel like I always have this lighting.
How are you? And y'all?
I feel like I always have this lighting, so I don't know why all of a sudden right now.
Too much lighting?
Is it too much light? Maybe, yeah. Turn the other one.
You do kind of look like kind of like Homer Simpson.
Of course. Turn that.
I think it's just the frequency of the light. Anyways,
considering we only have like 2 lights on in there.
We are having, as you can see from the little post there that comes up whenever we start to stream, we're having Russell Reynolds on from Beyond Life Paranormal, and then we have a special guest. We're gonna call him he or she. Because I didn't say him, I said he or she. It's a mystery guest. But we're gonna bring Russell on first.
Hey guys.
What's up, Russell?
Man? Not much. How are you guys?
We're great. How are you? And tell us about yourself.
I'm good. I've been involved in the paranormal for about 31 years now. I just hit my 31st year this year. And started off in a little town of Callicoon, New York, is where my group first started in 2006.
Cool.
And
so, yeah, tell us like.
Can I say something, KD?
What's up?
Oh, can I say something, Katie?
I don't know. Can you?
Did you guys freeze?
You were kind of freezing.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I know I was, but I just wanted to say that was like the lamest way. Like you and I have always talked about like not being those types of people,
Well,
like
no,
asking
here's what I meant to
stupid
say. I
generic
did not mean to say
questions.
tell us a little bit about yourself. I meant to say tell us who you are, Russell. Tell us who you are. I didn't mean to say tell us about yourself. I meant to say tell us who you are. That's what I meant to say. Just so everybody knows who they're.
I think you did say that though.
I didn't. I said
You did
tell us a
say
little bit.
tell us who you are, but it was just one of the things.
I said tell us a little bit about yourself, and I did not mean to say that.
Am I right or is he right? Man, I don't know. I got real bad signal for some reason.
I'm almost 100. No, I'm almost 100% sure because I meant to say
Russell.
tell us who you are.
I'm right?
Russell, both
I
of y'all
am
are wrong.
okay. Good.
But anyways, Russell, go ahead. Tell us who you are. What do you do?
Basically, I'm just a normal guy. I work as an electrician apprentice, and I was a DJ for several years back in my high school days, all the way till like my late 20s.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I didn't know you were a DJ. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Been involved in the paranormal my 31st year this year. I've investigated since I was young. Grew up in a haunted house, so I had my first experience at 6 with the paranormal.
Cool.
It inspired me to start a group to help people with what I do now, going in people's houses, doing a lot of residential stuff.
So you do a lot of residential investigations.
Yep.
Cool.
I can't. I had to stop.
So Russell, do you have a team?
Yep, I have a team, Beyond Life Paranormal Research Missouri. I got my dad, Russell Reynolds Sr. I also got Jen Durrell, who's an investigator with us. And then I work with Julie Couch and Chris Couch of Raven's Eye Paranormal.
And
I think Julie Couch just ordered something from me.
Did she?
Oh, did she? Cool.
JULI, right?
Yep.
That's her.
All right, cool. Yeah, she seems like a nice lady.
So Russell, I hear you also have a podcast on our little channel we have here.
Yep, I have the Beyond Life Paranormal Research podcast every Friday night on Supernatural Link.
That's right.
Talk about the paranormal, and we get a little bit into history and a little bit of true crime stuff.
True crime stuff. I get into some true crime stuff. I just can't. Hey, what's up, everybody? Linda, Dreama. I just can't. I can only watch it so much, man. And it gets depressing. It's like, when it starts talking about the kids a lot, it's like, oh man. When videos are like about kids, it's like, dude, that's hard. It's hard to watch.
And I live.
Yeah, you don't want to watch the kid ones.
Farm.
You live what?
I live not too far from the old Copeland farm where Ray and Copeland murdered all those homeless guys and would bury their bodies in the county.
Wow. Never heard of that.
Yeah.
Sounds rough.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that. That's
homeless guys in off the streets, and he would pass bad checks, and then when he'd blame it on the homeless guys, so he ended up taking a 22 and shooting them.
Oh, wow.
His wife would actually take their clothes and actually make quilts out of the clothes.
Oh, Jesus. Well, on that note, let's bring in our mystery guest, Greg Koss. Hey, how are you, Greg?
How are you? How's everybody?
I'm good, bud. I just felt like that was an appropriate moment. I don't know.
That was a great. That was a great entry.
I didn't know. I just saw the link and I clicked on it.
What's up, Chris?
I'm here.
You don't know what you just got into, Greg.
Yeah, it's a mess. We're a hot mess on here, bud. This ain't all organized and structured like your podcast is. This is crazy town, man. This is the Wild West out here.
We're not organized. Not anybody organized any more than anybody else.
Nope.
And I'm over in Springfield, apparently. You see this shit? For some reason, I look yellow. I'm in Springfield, apparently.
Oh, like Springfield. See, there's a Springfield right down the road.
Simpsons. Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't thinking Simpsons. I was thinking.
Tell me I don't look yellow.
I was thinking Pythian Castle, Springfield, Missouri. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways. Yeah, because we got.
I was thinking Springfield, USA. Wherever the hell the Simpsons are. They don't know.
Do. So, Greg.
You know?
Greg, tell us who you are real quick, bud. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm a podcaster, retired. I eat fish. I do a lot of different things outside, but right now my lower unit's done. So I don't know if I'll get her back.
Big Bears fan.
Well, I've always been a Bears fan.
Bears.
Ever since I was a little kid, I used
Bears.
to go 63 championship. That's that's like antique right now. So you can remember those kinds of things.
Well, it's our year now. It's our year now.
But that's part of it. Keep her going, and I'm very grateful that Katie decided that it was okay to bring me under their wing. And I appreciate everybody. Russell's helped out a lot.
Yeah, Russell.
When they changed the format on the screen, that I had no idea, because I wasn't really good at that. But we got it through, and everything came out peachy keen, and that's why we're all here. And
that is why we're all here.
I really appreciate the effort that you guys put forth to go ahead and have some great show.
Well, I appreciate that, Greg, and Russell does a good job helping out there. I don't do much. I do what I can, but it's good to know that we got a good little family of people on here putting out stuff, and everybody's cool. So, Austin, what is our topic tonight, Austin?
Shadow people, I guess.
Very good.
Is that what you said?
Yes. No, that was supposed to be spontaneous, bud. You were supposed to just come up with that.
Oh, that was not like, you did not communicate that to me. I'm sorry.
Wow, you really just dropped the ball, dude. I was trying to be like, I was trying to toss it to you and, get that back. Hold on, I'm waiting on an email to come in here. This is crazy. Crazy.
I have bad signal for some reason.
Yeah, every time I move this over there, maybe it's just the difference in my monitor. I don't know. Maybe it's the brightness on my monitor. But it looks so blown out. Do I look like blown out, like my face is whited out? Yes. How about now?
That's a little better.
Okay. All right.
Now you look like your blood pressure went up.
Well, Austin's yellow and I'm red and whatever.
I got white hair.
Right.
Change that around.
It's whenever I put something on this other monitor because it's big. It's a bigger monitor. But
I'm gonna try to restart my phone. See if I can get any better signal because I'm having trouble. You guys keep breaking up. I can't even hear any full part of any conversation. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Let me minimize this. All right, there we go. Now I'm less whited out.
That's crazy. Is he having storms over there?
No, he lives in the middle of a field in Ohio. Like literally. And his internet sucks. But
that's so good.
But we love him anyway. He's all right. We keep him around.
I enjoy him.
here. I just had to find it. I just had it open. And now, so I had done a thing and stuff on shadow people. So we're gonna talk about shadow people. 'Cause why not?
It's an interesting subject.
Have you ever had any interactions with shadow people?
I'm going to Russell first.
All right. Yeah, I have.
What is your story?
Well, the haunted movie theater that we do down in Marshall, we came in contact with one down in the basement down there. And it's shaped just like a humanoid figure, but it's just transparent and black that you can just see through.
Now, is this something that you like a personal experience? Did you capture it? Is it something we can?
It's a personal experience.
Uh-huh.
They were able to see something like that similar later on one of our DVR cameras. The owner and my dad were watching them and was able to see it move across the basement down there.
Excuse me. So you saw it with your eyes, and also you caught it with a.
Yep.
So what about you, Greg?
I've had probably maybe 3 or 4, but most of them were Robin Terry's location, which is
okay.
Ashmore Estates.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ashmore.
And there was one down in the basement there that went right in front of me. And we had a whole room of people, and we were doing like a big session. And there must have been maybe 15 people in the room. And I went into the corner because I got in there a little late because I was upstairs doing some ITC. And got in there and stood there. And they said there was a seat. And I sat down. And as soon as I sat down, it just literally went, it was right in front of me. I could have reached my hand out. But it was the same thing, basically the same image as what Russ said. And I don't know if anybody picked it up. I didn't have any equipment with me at the time because I was coming in just to be part of that session.
Right.
And, Scotty Rourke was doing it, and there were a bunch of other people down there. Tim Woolworth was there, and
Tim Woolworth.
So it was one of those nights that everybody and the people that were on my side saw it. There were like about 6 or 7 in a row that saw it. So that was pretty cool. I wish I had something to capture it with, but everything was still upstairs.
Tim Lovejoy says, yes, caught them inadvertently at the Terra Vista Cemetery. Video of it has been posted, both normal and at a quarter speed playback. Undeniable evidence. So yeah, I feel like I've probably seen a couple shadow people also in my time. Maybe at work a lot because I have historically, I guess, worked third shift. So, just it's dark out and you're just in a warehouse or whatever. It's the same warehouse as it is during the day, but things tend to, shadows or, is it just shadows fleeting around just as your eyes move around, or are we actually seeing things? I have sensed like a presence, felt like somebody was watching me, and then saw a shadow figure. Have I ever captured one? I've never captured what I think. I don't think I've ever captured a shadow figure. But would a shadow figure just be like the inverse of a light anomaly? You know? You know what I mean?
You mean like in the
Oh hell. Look at that.
residual?
I was just talking about we're trying to get Austin back. I was just talking about dude, it's so crazy that you popped up on here, Mike, because that's what I was referencing when I was talking about working third shift, was working at Plastex, dude. It's crazy that you came in here because I used to work with this dude, Michael McCall, and a long time ago, bro. It's been 20 years probably 20 years ago. I worked with this dude in South Carolina. And yeah, third shift, man, you see a lot of crazy stuff fleeting around, you know, and sometimes it's just a vibe. Bro, I remember me and Mike actually, you know what, me and this dude right here, we recorded. Weren't you with me that night on third shift? I feel like you were, and we were trying to record EVPs, bro, in the back of the warehouse. This was in like 2005 or 6. I want to say you were there with me that night. Oh, look, there's my lovely wife coming in here. That's what I thought, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we used to.
Katie.
Show going good?
Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah.
I got Greg on here too.
Greg Cost?
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, did you see the exit video?
How's Austin Maynard in here twice?
Yes,
He just special on that.
it's great. Thank you.
Was there anything I needed to change? Just message me or call me later.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, I've worked third shift at a lot of places. Oh, Mike, like it's crazy, but I worked somewhere else that was even worse, and that was at the asphalt plant. Right? Yeah. So the place we worked at Plastex, it was the owner's dad he owned it originally, but he died. I want to say I think he died there, man. I think he had a heart attack. I can't remember if that was the case or not, but he built the place. He ran it forever, and then his son ran it. Yeah. So that was crazy. But then I worked at another place, third shift. This hasn't been that long ago. It was the asphalt plant. And what's up, Richard Johnson? And Austin's trying to come in. It's not working out for him very well. But at the asphalt plant, it was third shift, and I had to work up and down, and this was super creepy, dude. Like out in the woods, in the middle of this place was like toxified by years of asphalt, vats and making all the asphalt and everything. Like the ground was just ruined. But it was right next to the Westport battlefield, the
Ooh.
Battle of Westport in Kansas City, and so. I used to have to drive up and down through there every night and check the fences and the gates. And man, that was crazy because you see a lot of stuff moving around down there, especially around the battlefield at night. And a lot of creepy stuff happened there on third shift. But that's when I always saw my shadow figures was on third shift.
Glad you brought that part up, because that happened a few times at Gettysburg for us, for me.
Oh yeah.
One of them was on the triangular field, but there were numerous ones that came out of the woods. So they were Confederates.
I've never been to Gettysburg.
Oh, it's a trip and a half. I never had that feeling before in my whole entire life when they came out of the woods, when I asked them to join me as veterans.
So did you see it like the video, the famous video?
You mean how they walked funny and everything like that?
Well, yeah, but it almost looked like and I don't know, has that ever been debunked? I don't think that's ever been debunked, has it?
I don't think so.
You mean where they came out and they kept on going around?
Yeah, it looked like the same thing, or or it could have been.
That's why I asked if it was residual or not, because a lot of them, especially in that location at Ashmore, to me, that happened more than once that night, and he was always going in the same direction. It was a man.
Let's see, Gettysburg.
There's a lot at Gettysburg.
Video. Yeah,
That's
there's
where I'm going.
that one famous video, though. The one real famous.
You're gonna love it, Russ. You're gonna love it. If you get to the triangular field, and that's at just below Devil's Den, because all that stuff happened all right there, going up to Little Round Top.
That's not.
It's priceless. I am solid goosebumps right now just talking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna do some investigating while we're out there.
Yeah. So I meant to say this too, Mike. Sorry, I just wanted to bring this up. Yeah, we used to smell this dude's cigar smoke,
Oh gosh.
right? And shadow people bad. But yeah, sorry, I wanted to bring up that point. Mike reminded me of that. Anyways, so Austin, I don't think Austin's gonna make it in. He's it's not working out so well for him right now. So Russell, tell us a little bit about your show and what um you talk about. Sorry, I know we were talking about shadow people, but I want you to talk about your show a little bit, and then Greg, I'm gonna let you talk about your show too because I just want to do that, and I can. So let's do that.
Well, my show every Friday night, I have a lot of the paranormal investigators on, even like the no-name paranormal investigators. Come on, they can actually talk about their experiences. We talk paranormal, true crime, a little bit of metaphysical stuff as far as like home cleansings and residential, and then there's like new investigators and stuff like that. I give them the option if they want to ask me questions as well, they can. And that's pretty much my show in a nutshell.
So
Pretty
who
much,
have you had on though?
I've had all most of the Nesper guys. Tony Sparrow. I've had Wade Kirby, Dan Rivera. I've had Chris McKennell, who's Ed and Lorraine's grandson. I've had Sean Whitmore on, who was on the show Legions of Exorcists. Rob Dermarest from Ghost Hunters International and Haunted Australia. Had Christina Westervelt. She was in a documentary about the haunted hotel, the Shanley Hotel in upstate New York. Um, I've also had Julie Couch and Chris Couch from Raven's Eye Paranormal. I had Penn Paranormal, L&M Paranormal. Let's see who else. I've had Amanda Quill from Cold Spotters, British
So you
Columbia.
had a pretty good variety of people on your
Yep,
show.
yep.
Greg, what? So you have two shows
Yes.
because you're Mr. Big Shot.
No, I'm not. I don't want to even. I don't even want to go there. If you wanted to go there, then I would have to put my flak jacket back on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you know,
Okay. All right.
it's not that. It was the fact that I started out with the Shadow Hour when I was with the other group back in the day, and that show is one of the ones that I wanted to keep, but we had an idea for going ahead and doing some ITC stuff.
Yeah, we got Brandon
And
Cooper in the chat.
so Brandon's here. Boy, I wish the heck he would talk to me.
Yeah.
Brandon, I need to talk to you.
Anybody anymore?
Just to hear your voice. You're my shaman. But anyway, we were thinking about going ahead and doing just Estes.
Right.
And because it's been in me ever since I was at the Stanley, and those guys, Connor Randall and Carl Pfeiffer, were involved in Hellier. And that's where they supposedly developed it, even though there's other people that say, no, there's another method. And I want to say it's something, blind ghost box.
Hold on, you said the Hellier?
Hellier, Hellier, and it's by
that?
the Newkirk. It was a series, a 2-year series that was put out by Greg and Dana Newkirk, and they had Connor Randall and Carl Pfeiffer and a bunch of their people that were behind the scenes that they brought on. That it was a story about the Greys and a whole mysterious journey through bizarre UFO, you name it, and they had it.
We just had an interesting little something. I don't know what that was. Was that Was that like? Did you hear that, Russell, while he was talking?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know. I don't know if it was like an echo of your voice or like your like a glitch, but it sounded like somebody talking over you. It was weird for a second. Anyways.
Holy crap.
Oh, Brandon, I didn't see that. I didn't see that you called me.
Well, my house is haunted, so it may be on my end. Who knows?
Well,
Your house is
I,
what? All kinds of haunted?
Oh yeah, my house is.
Well, okay, so whose house would that mean is being haunted? Like if it was well, I guess it wouldn't matter. Greg, you didn't hear it, did you?
no,
But he was
I
talking,
didn't.
so would he have heard it?
Well, I don't think I would have heard it if I was talking.
Well, I can hear y'all talk while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well,
I'm gonna say it's on Greg's end. I think it's on Greg's end.
it could be, but there's nobody here.
Right, but there might be a ghost.
There could be.
I didn't say it was a living person on your end. I just said I think it's on your end.
What was interesting was when we first started to do it, we were basically doing Anestus, two people, together, but we didn't have anybody in between, in other words. So what myself and one other person were talking about was the fact of like going ahead and getting a hold of different groups of people from different locations in the United States to see if we could actually get the same kind of responses through cable or whatever they were using. And we've had some remarkable results. Not that it happens every show. And then there's sometimes they take us on the journey with them, whoever the spirits happen to be.
Yeah.
And it's remarkable and it's crazy. And like last night's show just got really dark. And we had Kristen, Chris Carr and Kristen Johnson from up in Rhode Island on last night, and we had everybody else's from around the United States. I still want to get some people from California and Emmy McKenzie, she's from up in Idaho. So I mean, just that reference there is like a giant TV, like a giant antenna.
Yeah.
It definitely draws. And, you can never really know when you ask a question, if it's going to be the same spirit responding.
Now, it's good that you brought this up because I just, Estes method I find interesting. I don't like disagree with it. I think it's just as possible as anything else. But I have questions. So, when you're doing the Estes method with multiple people, right? And you're doing it all virtually. What's up, everybody? Rez and Brian.
Hey, Rez, Brian.
So when you're doing the Estes method, do you think that you're talking to spirits that are with somebody, with the person that is doing the session, or reaching out to them specifically? Or do you think, where do you think that's coming from? Is it like a local thing, or is it like a broadband type thing where anything can kind of tune in? What do you think is going on there?
I think it's broadband.
You think it's coming from,
unless we get the same kind of responses show in and show out, then we can, narrow it down. But I've never been in the position with the show, and we've had that show on now for probably over 3 years, where we actually had confirmation that we were talking with the same spirit. I would love to get that.
Right.
That would be like the holy grail for what we're doing, is to go ahead and have them like sitting around a supper table. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you mean like everybody together?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Like
You remember they did the round table.
Yeah.
Thing, and that's when I brought up that business about aliens, because when we're talking about ghosts and spirit, quite possibly, I'm the first one to admit it could be them too.
Right.
And anything can tune in during a
Yeah.
session. Exactly,
Right.
Russ.
Right. So what do you think does anybody ever get spirits that they believe? Okay, so here's a better question. Have you tried this like at a different spot? Maybe this is a good challenge for one of your future Estes method sessions. Try to get everybody doing it from a place that's allegedly haunted. Like have them all go to a place and then do it that way, and then everybody interpret it, however.
You
That'd be
mean like
interesting to do.
send a couple teams to a haunted
Different
location?
places.
I would love, but the logistics of that would be pretty.
Well, not really.
amazing.
Just find somebody, because everybody's always going doing investigations on the weekend. So you just or whenever. Oh, when do you do the show though? You do it on a Thursday, don't you?
That's
or
that
on a
one.
Friday.
That show's on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yeah, last night, yeah. It's terrible night for that. Then maybe you should try it on a Friday or a Saturday. Hello, Jenny. Friday or Saturday, maybe. Friday or Saturday night. I don't know.
As a matter of fact, the lady that just came in, she and her lovely team member from over in Ireland, they're going to go ahead and join me on our show. So that's close to what you're saying. Thanks. But it's not the same. But
well, I mean, that's just a further distance, unless they're going to be at a haunted place, and then that is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, they would.
Right. I mean, just because like, I kind of feel like there has to be something local to it. A lot of times, maybe not all the time, right? Maybe not the way you guys are doing it, where you're splitting everybody up across the internet and everything, in different places, and you're doing it that way. So it's causing some kind of weird, I don't know, beacon or something. I don't know. But like, if you could just pick up anybody from anywhere, then you wouldn't need to go to haunted houses and stuff and haunted places and do things locally. I think you might get a stronger connection, maybe, whenever you're at the location, wherever whatever it is still haunting this ghost or spirit.
I think Rez went ahead and brought up a good point with him talking about, and you anything can tune in to during the session. I mean, that is the big answer.
Yeah,
to the overall
anything
answer.
but anything that's capable, right? Because we don't.
But are they answering the questions correctly? And when you're going ahead and you're going back and forth like that.
Well, so maybe if you tried like calling on the same spirits every time. Have you tried that, or do you just say whatever comes through?
We sort of leave it open like that.
Okay.
I have talked about it. We would have to go ahead and do a series of shows in a row that way, and I don't know how they would react to that. We would have to be on a one-on-one basis. Number one, we would have to treat them fairly. They would have to be like family, is what I'm getting at. You just can't call them and bring them in like they're.
Well, I mean, if
it's respect.
Right, of course, sure. Yeah, respect, or maybe you have something to offer, like if they have something they want to say, or if it's some sort of an intelligent thing. I think a lot of times things want to leave a message if they can, especially well, I've just seen it lots of times. They've wanted to leave a message to the world or whatever. This is who they were and whatever. So,
I
but
think it's
I just see a lot of people do it, right? I see a lot, and it's not really that different. I wasn't thinking about talking about this, but it just kind of came up in my brain, and it's an interesting topic. It's kind of like it'd be kind of like a séance,
right, exactly.
right? You're calling on specific spirits. And I
We've
guess that would really kind of tell you like who's able, like maybe that'd be a good question is what is it, like how are you able to talk to me? Maybe I should try that next time myself. But
we discussed that when Reggie and I did some shows together, and we actually were talking to some baseball players. And I'll be damned if we weren't talking to Mickey Mantle. And I can remember Mickey Mantle because I used to watch him all the time, and I remember his voice, his sort of twang in his voice that he had, and everything like that. And when he answered the questions, it was like, holy crap.
I guess
I think
another thing you could run into, that being said, about reaching out and asking for, or or even like speaking to like famous
right.
people is I guess if you go looking for something to talk to you, like there's no guarantee that it actually is what it is. And
Right.
why wouldn't it just, how difficult would it be for some sort of negative spirit, for lack of a better term, or ghost or whatever you want to call it? How difficult would it be for them to imitate that famous?
Well, if you had some key questions that
Sure.
would pertain to the individual alone, then I think you'd be onto something.
Well,
But the picking up another spirit to come in and sort of act like that, there's a certain amount of faith that we have to put into our work, and that
sure,
goes through our intention
sure,
and us being used as conduit and the whole kit and caboodle,
right.
and trying to go ahead and make it so that we're dealing with faith here. We're dealing
Sure.
with faith
Yeah,
and spirit.
you definitely have to put a little investment in, like invest a little bit of your belief in it for it
And
to
that's
get
and
anywhere.
a lot of times that's your time. How much time you put in, how many shows you do, how much do they know you in the realm.
Or just a level of belief, period. Like
Yes,
that,
exactly.
that's it at minimal thing. Oh, is this Austin coming back in? Or is this the
I
ghost?
hope so.
Is this the
Like
ghost of Austin?
Ryan.
He's trying to manifest, y'all.
There he is.
He's gonna manifest.
He's
This
going to
little
come on
swirly,
He's coming on Russell's show. He's
this
just
little
going to be a little
swirly
early.
thing right here is just him manifesting. What do you think, Russell? What do you think about ghost boxes and doing ITC? Do you think it's a local? Do you think, what do you think about it? Do you think it's like local is more specific, or what?
Yeah, I think more local for it. Like the one we did at the event, us and Raven's Eye, we were in two separate buildings doing Estes method, and the conversations were exactly the same thing that they were picking up in the other building doing Estes. And both tour guides were running back and forth listening, and then when we regrouped, they brought it up that how both Estes were coinciding with each other.
He's trying, y'all.
So I think, yeah, and
Sorry,
I'm not.
that right there kind of is that. But here's the thing, though. I've seen them get the same thing on Greg's show. I've seen people get the same response on Greg's show, and they're not even, they're you know states apart. So like yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like I feel like it's more of a you're gonna have better luck like narrowing down who you're talking to if you do it locally. That's what I think. Sure, you could probably call out for anybody across the ether, but and you might get some kind of response. But I guess the trick is that it might not be who you expected to talk to, or
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
that
That
probably be the
could
main problem.
know what's going to
that
come.
could be. It's really neat to go ahead and do it that way though.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah, no,
not
it is.
saying as much as we do.
Right.
I really want to flip it around where we go back to a basic one-on-one.
Oh yeah,
Okay. And then have somebody that asks questions from our location and have two people somewhere else.
right. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you
So
could
I mean,
even sure you could work that out somehow. Well, yeah, that'd be a cool little experiment to tweak with and work on change things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the same time we were doing it, we were also running your reverse sweep ink box.
That thing's pretty cool, man. It's pretty
reverse
cool.
the reverse backs.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like
Which
to I like to use that app that um it's just a speech to text app. I can't even remember what it's called, Notebook or something like that. And so it just speech notebook or something. Anyway, voice notebook, that's what it is, voice notebook. But voice notebook, just a simple little speech to text app, and then I let it listen to I'll ask a question, and then I'll hit the button and let it listen to the radio, and I'll do that for like a minute and see what it translates, what it's hearing from the radio, because that's interesting. And that's kind of the same thing, when you're talking about the Estes method, except you're just taking the person out of it and you're using a well, aside from the blindfolding yourself and everything. Well, I guess you kind of are though. You're just injecting a third person in there to what's the word I'm looking for, to translate
Mm.
what it's hearing, right? Oh, here comes Austin. He's trying again. He's trying hard, y'all.
Just of Austin.
He's working on it, man.
I think it's got a lot to do with
With what?
channeling.
Channeling, sure, maybe. However that works, there's something to it. I know for sure.
There's been sessions, and I'm sure that Russ and you yourself have come into situations where you get done with the session and somebody says you said this, this, and this, and you have no recollection of saying any of that. And a lot of the sessions go on like that, and that's the part that's really mind-boggling, because then you are really being used as a conduit, even though you're listening to actual, radio sweeps, which is
Right,
mind-boggling because you have no idea.
right. You're boggling my mind right now, Greg. My mind is
Hey,
mind is
not as
boggled.
much as I boggle mine.
My mind is so boggled.
Mine's more boggled than yours. I can tell you that right now.
Tim Lovejoy says, yeah, third person AI interpretation voice notebook. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes.
And
Yep.
it's interesting, because like I'll say this, like there's been several sessions I've done using that voice notebook, and what it does is it heard things that I didn't think that it said, but it said, right? It heard stuff that I didn't catch, but it caught it. And then I could go back, and then I would also make a recording of the session, right? So you do then the speech to text app, and also I'd record the session as well, either video or just audio, and you go back and you listen to that spot where it heard whatever it heard, and then you hear it, and it's like, oh my god, it did hear that. It's right there. I didn't hear it at the time. I didn't hear it with my own ears, but I
Right.
heard it say it directly through there. But and a lot of it, some of it will be like gobbledygook, like I feel like you get from the Ovilus a lot of times, it's like a lot
That's
of
what's that's what's so neat about playback, because a lot of the people that work with me always go back and rewatch, and they pick up things that we totally had no idea happened.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to go back, and you always got to record your sessions, man, because there's always stuff that you miss, or like you think you heard something, and I'm not saying it's not a response, but it was you heard something, but it's not what you thought you heard. That happens to me a lot, and I'll be the
Well,
first to admit
don't
that.
you believe that, when you first got into it and they talk about nothing, the only thing that you would repeat in a spirit box session are words that you can totally understand. It
Sure.
can't be half of a word, or you can't interpret it. And
Right. Yeah.
that's always been a key element to this.
And the um I guess when I said that using the speech to text app is similar to using the Estes method, I would be correct if you didn't hear the ghost box also,
Mhm.
right? So that
Yes.
would be correct if that were the case. Um,
You got me all pumped up, man. I'm just pumped right now.
well,
I
I'm
don't know
just
why.
saying, well, it's fun to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Why?
so yeah, calls him. Tim says his direct link calls him an asshole. Is it right?
I
Is it right, Tim? Is the box right? I'm just saying.
I haven't. I've never
I
met.
think you're great. I'm just saying.
I think
Apparently,
I've
your
never met
box
him,
has a
but
has a different opinion of you.
I think I would really like to meet him. I've never met him.
Who, Tim?
Yeah,
Tim's on here
you're
all
right.
the time, man. Tim is on here all the time. He is
On
always.
your network.
Yeah, he is a loyal watcher. Yes, Tim Lovejoy.
Oh, but I mean, he doesn't have a show.
No. He's a loyal watcher. I've tried to bring him on. I've tried to invite him.
I've tried to.
You have to.
He knows a lot of stuff, man.
So there's three of us. There's three of us that would love to have you on.
Yeah, 3 against 1, Tim. You're
Yeah,
overruled. You have to come on now. Sorry,
you
bud.
have to come on.
We'll
They got
set
to
that
pick and
up after
choose.
this. But
But I think, the when I was bringing up the fact about Jenny Sullivan, it's really important, I think, because of the time element that's involved in the spirits, how old the spirits are that are in those castles and everything else that would be communicating with you. That, yeah, our language is probably somewhat some they don't really understand it that much. I'd be interested in just hearing what their responses would be because of that.
what are you
Because
saying?
they never spoke like that one back in the day.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that
well,
would
I mean,
be.
I think a lot of times we assume that we're talking to like old ghosts like 200 years ago, and I think a lot of times you could be talking to a ghost this last week or
Yeah,
yesterday or something
yeah.
like that, like a fresh ghost.
Well, when
Fresh.
a guy that's really important in that end of it is Bruce. And Holiday brings a whole different perspective to everything that we're talking about tonight.
Right.
And he is amazing. And he is one of those people that I've followed and I've watched. And, I work on the page and responses to what he picks up. And he has done it correctly 100%, I think. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Russ?
Yeah, I agree.
Have you paid attention to him, KD? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Sorry, I was I got off track. I was reading the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
What I was
talking about. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
what I was saying was that on the page, on the design page, is where Bruce posts every other
Bruce
day
Holiday.
or every day.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah. I think Bruce
So-
is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been gonna have him on a couple times, but it was just always, something comes up or whatever, and it is what it is. But yeah, Bruce has got an open invite to come on our show whenever he wants to. Rez, sure. This is what I was reading. Rez distracted me. He said he's still waiting for us to come on his show. Yeah, sure. We'll come on your podcast, brother.
He gave me a date in November. I got to have my snowshoes out. You don't want to do it outside, do you, Rez? We're not going to be.
Dude, I don't have snowshoes. I'm from South Carolina, bud. We don't have snowshoes down there.
No.
Our snowshoes it don't snow very often.
I'm from New York, so I'm used to getting 2 feet.
Oh Jesus!
You got all the ladies in here, Russell. You got Nancy Noonan Kelly.
She's got all the ladies in the house.
Yeah, me and KD are married. And they're not following us at all. Adriana Trudel's there.
Red says, "Hell no, indoor only." Yeah. I don't do cold weather too well myself. Well, we're gonna start wrapping this thing up. Russell, I feel like Greg kind of stole your show tonight.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
He did it on purpose. I feel like he did.
No.
You're
You're trying to make me feel bad.
No, it was my fault because I invited you here, Greg, and you stole the show.
It wasn't my intention.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
I'll have Russell on, and I'll make up for it.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll have Russell. We'll have Russell back one day too. We'll have just the show just for you, Greg. Okay, just for you.
Whatever you want to do.
Greg, I'm getting on Greg's nerves. That's so funny. All right. So Russell, anything you want to say?
Yeah, just come see us Saturday in St. Joe at the Echo Spirit Con event. We're there from 10 to 5 Saturday at the Center of Joy.
Ooh, the Center of Joy.
Yep.
That sounds.
Supposed to be a haunted church.
That sounds creepy, bro. The Center of Joy. It sounds like some kind of a cult, or not a cult, but cult thing. Oh, you must go to the Center of Joy.
We are bringing some haunted artifacts with us too, some haunted dolls.
That's a good idea. You should probably bring like a cassette tape of some chanting or something, and then play that.
Julie will be there.
Is there anything else you could do to make, to open a portal there, Russell?
Yeah.
Okay, Greg. Anything you want to say?
No, you would just look pretty cool at that event with a big black hood on.
That's what I was thinking.
That would be pretty cool.
Do some cult stuff down there.
Right.
It's been. I am sorry for really busting this up.
Greg, you're fine, dude. I was just messing with you, bro.
I know, but I would just feel better by saying it because I only have a clear conscience.
It's totally my fault. I accidentally sent Greg an invite to the show. I was trying to send it to Austin because I already had Russell, and so I was trying to send it to Austin, and Greg's messenger bubble popped up in place of Austin's whenever I clicked on Austin's. And I wasn't looking, and then here.
Boy,
but it's fine. We had a good conversation.
I'm really indebted to Russell now. That's for sure.
He feels bad about that, Greg. All right, Russell.
I know.
You're fine, Greg.
No, you're fine, Greg. We're all family here.
Yep.
All right. Well, All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Tim. Thanks, Rez. Thanks, Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Everybody, watch.
Brandon.
Appreciate it. I don't know if Brandon's still out there. He might be out there. But Brandon, if you're still out there. And everybody else, thank y'all. And y'all have a good night. And y'all make sure y'all watch these two gentlemen shows. And yeah.